Here's my Bumba cabocla, the Brazilian redhead. Let's see if I can get some, well, it went to hide at the wrong time, but obviously went after it. Well, she got it. Suspect female. Give her another one. She's an awesome eater, I tell you. Here, have it. Oh. Well, that one was taken. Told you. Awesome eater. Whoop, there she is. Hello. Alright, you enjoy that. Alright, next. Here's my freshly molted Poecilotheria ruffilata, the red slate ornamental. Fangs are still red, so not time to feed this one quite yet. But doing awesome. Alright, we'll move on. We got another molt. This is the Chilobrachys dyscolus, the Asian smoky. And I suspected this one was in pre-molt, and lo and behold. So, already has some water in the dish, but I'm going to top it off and just add a little extra humidity so it can replenish the fluids it lost during the molt. Alright. I'll show you what this one looks like after it's hardened up. Alright, next. Here's my mature male Heterothele villosella, the Tanzanian chestnut. Really isn't into feeding right now because it's more interested in looking for a mate. But got it in there in case it does get hungry. But I do need to move it out of my way so I could put water in the dish. But he's doing awesome still. Alright, moving on. Here's my Pamphobeteus platyomma, the pink bloom bird eater. This is one I'm wondering if it could be in pre-molt as well. I've been waiting for it to molt. So I'm gonna remove the cricket then, since that is a possibility. Because I don't want to leave the molting vulnerable tarantula wide open for the cricket to munch on. So hopefully we'll get a molt from this one soon. Alright, moving on. My Chilobrachys fimbriatus, the Indian violet, was poking its head out. Let's see if I can get this one to feed. Got its legs sticking up. Of course, I can't seem to get the, they web so well, it's really difficult here. Let's see if it'll get it. Yeah, he's got his legs right there at the very front. Right, waiting on the cricket to move if it's interested. This is another one. I was wondering whether it was in pre-molt, so I'm just in case, I'm going to let it go this time and just give it some more water. Don't want to risk leaving a prey item in there. So, well, you got to see part of a leg. I hope you enjoyed. Alright, next. Here's my Phrixotrichus scrofa, the Chilean copper. Let's see if this one would like something to eat. It's a good cricket for you. Doesn't always eat on camera, but I'm pretty sure this one will eat because it molted pretty recently. but doing really well. Alright, we'll move on. Well, there is my smaller male Grammostola pulchripes, and he would rather hide than eat, apparently. Well, anyway, at least you got a little bit of a view of him. But I'm just going to drop a cricket in there. He's not going to molt anytime soon, so he already molted recently. So I'm going to just drop one of these crickets. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. Well, we've hit kind of a lull, haven't we? This is the Palindabeus muticus king baboon. It was in plain view, and then it went to hide as soon as I started giving it water. So maybe I should have held off on the water till after I showed you guys, but it's doing fine. I'm just going to leave a little cricket in there, and hopefully it'll just take it down on its own. I don't think it's going to molt anytime soon, so I'm not worried about that. But anyway, moving on. Here is my Poecilotheria regalis, the Indian ornamental. And let's see if I can find a cricket. This one's definitely hardened up by now from its molt. So let's see if he's ready to eat. Oh yeah. Get another one in there. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Well, that one of those was kind of small, so I'm gonna put another one in here. Gotta fatten him up. I'm trying to find a good one here. There we go. Oop. There, that ought to do. Alright. Awesome. This is my immature male. He's a handsome one. Alright, we'll move on. That is my suspect male, Ephobopus murinus, the skeleton. All scrunched up in the corner there, being a chicken. Oh boy. Well, I got you something to eat. Normally this one is pretty good about attacking food on camera, but apparently being a chicken today. Alright, we'll move on. And there he goes. I lifted up the flower to see this one, and then he hid anyway. Well, that was my Acanthoscurria insubtilis, the Bolivian black velvet. I'm just going to stick a cricket in there and leave it be. It molted recently, so not in danger of being hurt by the prey. So, obviously doesn't want to be disturbed. Alright, moving on. This is my extremely slow growing Phonopalma chalcodes, the desert blonde. Not much of an eater either. But I'm going to leave a cricket in there for a little bit and just check on it later. Alright, moving on. This is the Triniopelma sazimai, the Brazilian blue. I'm not sure this one will eat, but we'll give it a try. Let's see, the abdomen already looks quite full. That's why this one would only get one. probably won't take it though. It doesn't seem interested. I think this one might be in the earlier stages of pre-molt. Not dark yet, but it's starting to get pretty swollen. And it kind of has that shiny appearance. And it's not quite dark enough yet. So I think I'll just take it out and keep my eyes on this one. They're doing fine. Alright, next. Here's my avicularia common pink toe, female. Let's see if I can find her something. First time I got her to tongue feed for me. Awesome. About time you decided to eat for me. Oh, I was in pre-molt for the longest time, and then finally eating. Very good. Alright. You enjoy. Alright, next. Probably the most pet hole of all of my pet holes. Cerigopagopus sulawesi, species black, Sulawesi black. I have not seen this tea since I got it. I've just seen evidences of it being in there. You know, by just the various tunnels it's made. Prey no longer being in there. So, yeah. That's the way it goes. Alright, next. This is my Ephobopus udaman, the emerald skeleton. I'm likely going to rehouse this one as well into an enclosure that will have deeper substrate. I just don't think this one is entirely happy in this one. Probably just not enough substrate. So I'm gonna it did make a burrow, and it does stay in its cave quite a bit, but oh yeah, you got it. Have you noticed that the Ephobopus does that a lot? They kind of get in that hunker down kind of position a lot. I don't know why they do that. But my skeleton does that as well as the emerald skeleton. So I don't know. But yeah, I think this one will prefer deeper substrate, just like, see, there's the enclosure of my murinus, and that one has a good amount of substrate, and it burrowed all the way down. So I'm thinking I'm gonna give this one a better enclosure as well to burrow down into. It's about a 2.5 inch juvie. So this, you know, even though it likes its cave and everything, I want to give it more substrate. So this will be another rehousing I'll do for this one. But glad it took its food. Alright, moving on. Well, folks, all you're going to see of this one probably is just a leg. This is the Cerigopagopus lividus, the cobalt blue. Definitely a burrower. Oh, yeah, she's interested. Oh, yeah, she got it. I'm sorry if it's blurry. It's definitely dark because she's way down in there. But she got it. She's hungry. Alright, we'll move on. I don't know if it's coming out on camera, but the Ephobopus murinus, the skeleton, is right at the entrance there. You might be able to make out a leg at least. This one likes to burrow all the way down to the bottom of the enclosure. Female. Oh, here she comes. Oh, yeah. Awesome. I got a lot of substrate in here and she likes it. Alright, we'll move on to the next one. Here is my Theraphosa, what was sold to me, Alpophysis, the Goliath pinkfoot. And if y'all think it's a sturmy rather than the Alpophysis, please let me know. I still am not 100% sure. It's already past the age where its feet shows the pink, so now it's kind of tricky in my opinion, but let me know what you think. But we'll feed this one a super. I fed it a few mealworms the other day, so I think one super this time will suffice. I think that one agrees. I just, you know, when they're at this stage where their feet no longer show the pink, I have a hard time telling the difference between the Alpophysis and the sturmy. So I don't know. It's a juvenile, whatever it is. So anyway, I think it's beautiful. And it really doesn't make any difference to me, to be honest with you. I just want to know what it is, and when I say what it is, I want to be correct, you know. I don't care. So any of you let me know, I'd appreciate it. I just have a hard time telling. I think the blondie's really easy to tell, but the Alpophysis and sturmy to me are more difficult. But anyway, a beauty nonetheless. Thankfully a female. Alright, I'm going to fill up her water dish and we'll move on to the next one. Here's my Grammostola rosea, the red color form. I put a maimed cricket in there. This is another one I'm probably going to rehouse in the not too distant future. Hopefully it'll eat the cricket on its own at its own leisure. Beautiful. Here's a tea that's still in pre-molt. This is my Brachypalma emilia, the Mexican red leg. Doing just fine. So won't be feeding this one, just doing an update, but you can see how dark the abdomen is and plump. So this is the one I expect to molt next, hopefully. Alright, moving on. Here's my tiny Brachypalma albiceps, the Mexican golden red rump. Doing awesome. So I'm gonna just stick a little cricket in here. Well, try to anyway. There we go. And maybe we'll get a feed. Maybe not on camera, but you never know. Okay, not on camera. In case he's afraid of it, I think I'll maim it. But doing great. Alright, moving on. Orphanaceous species blue, Panay Island. I think in the last feeding video we saw a flash of legs and that's it. This is one that's always hiding. I do catch it out in the open occasionally, but unfortunately you guys on camera don't get the luxury of seeing this one as much as I'm sure you'd like to. But that's pet hole for you. He's hiding. Alright, well, I'll just check on it later. Alright, next. We have another molt. Wow. This is a molting season for sure. This is the avicularia minatrix, the Venezuela red stripe. Doing awesome. So not going to feed this one, but we'll make sure it definitely has a drink. Awesome. Alright, next. Here's a better look at the freshly molted avicularia minatrix. Beautiful, huh? Molt will likely be too small for me to sex, but I always try. I always try. Alright, moving on. Here's my Euophlys species green, the green femur. I'm going to offer this one a superworm. Yep, she wanted it. Very good. Alright, we'll move on. Let her eat. Just giving you an update on the Hypolopus species pumpkin patch. There's the one there. And then there's the one right there. And they are alive and well. So, very tiny babies. So I'm just going to offer them a few drops of water and some maimed crickets, and that will do them just fine. Alright, moving on. I've heard these guys can be pretty feisty. This is the Iridopelma hirsutum, the ribbed tree spider. As soon as I opened up the lid, he or she had their chelicerae open. So I don't think it appreciated being disturbed. But I'm going to offer it a main cricket and see if it would like to eat. Like that. I think this one could be in pre-molt. Or getting there anyway. Because look how plump that abdomen is. Not quite dark enough yet. But look how gorgeous that one is. Man. Beautiful. So yeah, I just gave it some water. And hopefully we'll get a molt from this one in the not too distant future. Alright, we'll move on. Well, we really can't see her. My largest tarantula, my Theraphosa sturmi burgundy Goliath bird eater, large Marge, looks like she's still in pre-molt. Looks like she had done some hairing recently because her abdomen hairs are all messed up. Like she had kicked hairs. So, who knows? And when I tried to prod her out by kind of wiggling the substrate in front of her burrow, she didn't come out. So, just going to leave her alone. Alright, we got one T left. Another Theraphosa. And here is my smaller Theraphosa sturmi, the burgundy Goliath bird eater. Doing awesome. And of course, I think I misplaced my tongs. So I'm just going to have to dig out the worms with my hand here. Is she nuts? It's so funny, it's like she hops. Let's see, let's get another one of these worms here. She put tons of substrate in her water dish. So let me dump that out. Brent, can you come here, please? I'm so sorry about that, guys. I had completely forgotten I still had the camera going. I had to call my husband to bring me a water bottle to fill up her water dish because I didn't want to get up, you know, after already having her in this position here. And, you know, I didn't want to ruin the mood. So, that ought to do her. 3 super worms. As you can see, she's got plenty of damp substrate. If I had my way, the only thing I don't like is the fact that I'd like to cover that up completely with substrate so it gives it more of that cave feel to it. I may just give her a whole different cave. But that's what we got so far. But she really seems to like it. There's plenty of room in here for her. He or she, honestly, I haven't sexed this one yet. She's never molted for me. I just call her a she because it's wishful thinking. Although it wouldn't be the end of the world if it was a male, because I already have a definite female. So, but yeah, doing fabulous. So yeah, sorry I shouted my husband's name on the video. Probably scared y'all half to death. But that's it, folks. I really appreciate y'all watching, and thank you for liking my videos and making such kind comments. I greatly appreciate it, and please continue to make videos of your own because I really enjoy watching them. I don't always comment, as I've said before, but I do watch it and I do like it. Stay tuned for a rehousing in the not too distant future of some of my teas, but more importantly I will be doing the August shout outs really soon, so stay tuned for that. Alright guys, thanks a lot.